I'll never forget it. I was working in South Dakota. I love to say Dakota. That's a Cary Grant reference. And I was working for this company, and they were a gang of criminals. That's all you can say. In fact, I think the owner, I think he's out of prison, but he went to prison. And I'll just never forget, he had a real strong North Carolina accent. He was a really good salesman. He was an impressive guy. But we called him Jethro Bodine. They did. I didn't. But anyway, I remember once I made a point about something. He says, well, we don't talk negative here. So and I remember going into work for the company I worked with for 2 years. That's an Ohio company. And they didn't want anything negative. You couldn't say anything negative. And what they're saying there is they don't want to argue. They don't want to question anything. They just want you to have blind obedience to everything they say. They don't want any thought. They don't want to hear it. You know, I'm 57 years old. I started working in 1976. I've been in public jobs and working for 41 years. I've knocked on doors in 15 states. I've called into probably all 50 states. I've knocked on business doors. I've knocked on residential. I have made phone calls. I have set appointments. I have run leads. I have wrote contracts everywhere, all over the country, to all kinds of people, and I don't have a qualified opinion about business. That's what they would lead you to believe. And if you say no, if you say this is not a good idea, you're being negative. You know, it really struck me. This was in 2009. People used to say good. I'll never forget it. I don't know if it was before that, but all of a sudden, everything started to become perfect. Perfect. It went away from good. Everything was perfect. And I think this meme that's in our culture, this thought process, wherever it came from, I don't know if it's top down, bottom up, everywhere at the same time, but it's not good. It's not good. It is very corrosive. It's very dangerous. It's another thing in my same theme that I'm talking about. For instance, me. I have 36 pants, and I keep myself 36 pants. I don't want 34s. I don't want 38s. And it works good. And I've been on this system for 7 or 8 years, and I eat accordingly, and I can talk about that in another, but it's good. If I wanted to be perfect, then I would work my ass off to have 34s and be stressed out all the time. It's not worth it, folks. Perfect is not good. Perfect is bad. Good is good. We need to stay with good. And it's okay to be negative. And that's all I'm saying. We don't need to get too carried away with this positive thinking horse shit. Okay? Bye-bye.